You wake up every morning with two options: surrender to the chaos around you, or seize the chaos and bend it to your will. Your mind is the battlefield, and your thoughts are the generals. Every belief, every idea, every fleeting emotion is either building a fortress around your potential or tearing it down brick by brick. You are not a passive spectator of your life. You are the architect of your destiny. Just as Edison refused to let failure define him, just as Carnegie demanded his vision be greater than the doubt of those around him, so too must you rise to command your inner world before the outer world even notices you exist. Too many live as if success is a lottery, as if fortune and greatness are handed down like coins from the heavens. That is a lie whispered by fear, by laziness, by mediocrity disguised as caution. The truth is far simpler and far more terrifying. Your mind will take you only as far as you allow it. Every thought is a seed. Every belief is soil. And what you cultivate here, in the hidden recesses of your imagination, manifests without exception in the reality you dare to inhabit. Napoleon Hill said, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But conceiving is not enough. Believing is not enough. You must command it. You must sharpen it. You must wield it like a sword that cuts through doubt, distraction, and the soft whispers of comfort." Commanding your mind begins with discipline. Not the shallow, surface-level discipline that sees you resist a donut or wake up 5 minutes earlier. Real discipline is the mastery of your inner dialogue, the relentless training of your awareness to notice and correct every self-limiting thought before it takes root. Lincoln faced crushing defeats, each loss threatening to define him, yet he trained his mind to interpret failure not as finality but as fuel. Every obstacle is a mirror, and every challenge is a call to action. You cannot control the world, but you can control how your mind responds, and that is the first step toward conquering it. Clarity is the compass of power. Without it, your mind becomes a storm, wild and destructive, pulling you in every direction except the one that matters. Take a moment, just one, and ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what society says you should want, not what your peers chase in envy or in fear, but what ignites a fire in your chest so intense that every excuse seems laughable in comparison. That fire is your purpose. Carnegie built empires not by chance but by focusing on one goal with relentless precision. Disney drew worlds from imagination because he refused to allow the noise of skeptics to cloud the picture in his mind. Your clarity creates a gravitational pull so strong that your thoughts, actions, and opportunities align like planets orbiting a sun. Belief is the fuel, but action is the engine. The mind, no matter how disciplined, no matter how clear, will rot without movement. You cannot think your way to the top. You must move. Ford did not wait for innovation to knock politely on his door. He chased it, tested it, failed at it, and tried again until the world caught up. Action is where courage meets strategy. Action is where dreams are baptized in sweat and fire. And here is the subtle truth most people overlook. The mind grows through doing. It learns to navigate complexity, to persist, to adapt. Hesitation is the enemy. Indecision is a cage. Every moment you delay, the world grows louder and more unmanageable. Command your mind, and you command your response to the world, and your response, in turn, shapes reality itself. You must train your mind to embrace discomfort as a teacher, failure as a guide, and pressure as a forge. Resilience is not born from ease. It is carved from adversity. Think of Edison testing thousands of filaments before the light bulb ignited. Think of Lincoln facing a nation divided, yet refusing to abandon the vision of unity. Every challenge is a teacher disguised as pain. Your mind, when commanded, does not merely survive difficulty. It thrives on it, expanding its limits, sharpening its instincts, and solidifying the courage that turns hesitation into history. Gratitude is the secret lever of influence over your own mind. A mind that knows what it values, that recognizes the victories both large and small, becomes unstoppable. It does not complain. It does not linger in envy. It moves forward, aware of the power it holds, aware of the control it exercises over its own perception. The more you cultivate gratitude, the more your mind sees possibilities where others see impossibility. The more you recognize the potential in your circumstances, the more the world bends to reflect that potential back to you. If you want, I can immediately continue with the next chunk, building seamlessly from here, covering deeper strategies like visualization, purpose-driven action, mental adaptability, and culminating in a climactic soul-awakening conclusion. Visualization is not fantasy. It is a deliberate act of creation. It is the mind rehearsing victory long before the world recognizes it. Carnegie imagined empires, Edison imagined light illuminating the dark, and Ford imagined roads teeming with vehicles while others saw only dirt and impossibility. Every moment you close your eyes and vividly see yourself achieving what others deem unreachable, your mind begins aligning itself with the mechanics of reality. Neurons fire, habits adjust, decisions unconsciously favor your imagined outcome. This is how empires are birthed, not in boardrooms, not in classrooms, but in the silent command centers of disciplined imagination. Purpose is your anchor, but vision is your sail. Without it, even the most disciplined mind drifts aimlessly. Purpose defines why you rise each morning. Vision defines where you will arrive. One without the other is like a sword without a hand to wield it. Your purpose must stir your blood. Your vision must summon action so fierce that delay is unthinkable. When Henry Ford set out to build a car for the masses, he did not merely seek profit. He pursued a vision of mobility, freedom, and progress. That vision carried him through financial ruin, technological failure, and public skepticism. A commanding mind always knows its purpose. It internalizes its vision. It refuses to negotiate with doubt. Discipline is the unbroken rhythm that carries vision into action. It is waking up before the world whispers excuses. It is holding yourself accountable when no one else is watching. It is choosing long-term mastery over short-term comfort. Napoleon Hill called it self-discipline, and it is nothing short of the sword of the soul. Without it, belief is fragile, vision is blurred, and action is scattered. Discipline sharpens your instincts, conditions your responses, and programs your mind to perform in the pressure cooker of reality. But command is not rigidity. The strongest mind is adaptable, like water shaping itself to the contours of a riverbed. Resistance will always rise. Markets collapse, alliances falter, life shifts. But a mind in command flows around obstacles, turning setbacks into stepping stones. Disney adapted, reinvented, and persisted through bankruptcy and rejection, never surrendering his imagination to circumstance. Your mind, when flexible yet disciplined, does not break under adversity. It bends, reshapes, and conquers. Adaptability is not weakness. It is mastery. It is the conscious refusal to allow circumstance to dictate destiny. Learning must be relentless. Every conversation, every failure, every book, every observation is raw material for the mind of a conqueror. Knowledge without action is sterile. Action without learning is blind. To command your mind is to engage it in constant expansion, feeding it with lessons from those who came before, yet filtering them through the lens of your vision. Lincoln studied law, people, and human nature not merely for survival but to build insight into strategy. The mind that commands itself absorbs, analyzes, and applies. It grows sharper, faster, more ruthless in pursuit of mastery. Emotions are the hidden levers of power. Fear, doubt, anger, and desire are not enemies. They are instruments to be conducted. Commanding your mind means directing emotional energy rather than being tossed by it. Harness fear as fuel, doubt as a compass, anger as motivation, and desire as a magnet drawing action. The unconquered mind is a storm without direction. The commanded mind channels emotion into precision strikes that pierce obstacles and ignite momentum, and here lies the final, unshakable truth. Your mind, once truly commanded, will create a world aligned with your highest potential. Wealth, influence, success, love, fulfillment. All of it begins as a command whispered to your own neurons, a relentless insistence that you will not yield to mediocrity, a refusal to allow fleeting circumstance to define your trajectory. When your thoughts, beliefs, actions, and emotions converge into a single, unstoppable current. The world bends to its flow. History is not written by the passive. It is conquered by those who command themselves, who seize the battlefield within before they march upon the battlefield without. So rise, focus, visualize, command. Your mind is the sovereign of your universe, and it demands obedience, discipline, and vision. Do not negotiate with doubt. Do not linger in comfort. Let every thought be deliberate, every action intentional, every setback a lesson, and every victory a step toward an empire built not of bricks, but of will. You have the power to command your mind and, in doing so, conquer your world. The question is no longer whether you can, it is whether you will.